Hey guys and girls. Okay, so recently I was asked a question, right, about the difference of numbers, angel numbers, okay, and why I rebuke angel numbers. So I'm going to show you how God speaks to me. As you can see on the screen, right, this is one of the many times that He has shown me the number 17. Okay, so the number 17, right, means victory. Okay, it can also mean what's the other one it said, I think it's sorrow or something like that, right? Go and look it up, Hebrew concordance or Greek, right? You will see what it means. And then if you look up biblical, right, go through Google, you will find the it's like pink peach looking. You'll see two pictures, right? It will show you two pictures, and I think the numbers will show you even 888 on there. Okay, it goes up to that or something like that, but it doesn't have every single number on there. It just shows you a relative few. Okay, so 17. Sometimes he will show me this number. Okay, and sometimes it's just silly, like me trying to get somewhere on time, and then I'll look and I'll see the clock or my percentage or whatever it is say 17, and I'll just laugh and say, thank you, Father, you got me here. I was victorious in my journey. Okay, and the reason why I say this is because when you look up the difference in what 17 will probably mean in angel numbers, sometimes you don't even understand like what it's even saying to you. Okay, like I hated them. I was like, why am I looking at, like, they didn't make any sense. I was always asking people like, what do they mean, right, and couldn't understand it. So in the end, obviously when I came away from all the new age practices and stuff like that, I was like, right, but I'm still seeing these numbers, right? So I was like, why am I seeing these numbers? And then that's when I came across a friend, basically, who was like, it's God speaking to you. You do know that, right? And I was like, what do you mean? And they was like, right, He can speak to you with numbers, right? So that He can get your attention, so that you can pay attention to what's going on around you. Or He's telling you to go and look things up in the Bible. And I was like, but how will I know that? Because at this point I wasn't fully studying my Bible like that, so I wouldn't even know where to begin. Okay, and sometimes it can be any part of the Bible, really. It just has to go in relevance with what you're currently going through or what you've dreamt. Okay, so for me, obviously, when I see 17, I say to myself, victory, as I've just explained the situation that I just had, right? Sometimes, right, He will do it, as I said, through Bible. So what He had me do for the last month, right, He gave me a dream and He gave me a name. Okay, and then when He gave me the name, which was Matthew, it was so crazy, right, but not crazy at the same time. I saw Matthew on a piece of paper. I was like, right, that's confirmation number 2. So I had the dream, then I seen Matthew on a piece of paper that I was reading, and then on my way to my mom's house, I saw a boy that I knew from my childhood who was called Matthew. I was like, right, Lord, now now I 100% hear what you're saying, right? So I started reading the book of Matthew. So recently I got to Matthew 17, right? So I got to Matthew 17, and I've been speaking about disbelief a lot lately, right, and things like that, and trying to get people to understand that He's saying that He's going to do the things that He said He's going to do. So I have my Bible in front of me, right? So when you go to Matthew 17, it says, then Jesus answered and said, O faithless and perverse generation, how long shall I be with you? How long shall I suffer you? Bring him hither to me. Okay, so at this point they couldn't cure this man's son. Okay, this man said, Lord, have mercy on my son, for he is lunatic and sore vexed, for oft times he falleth into the fire and oft into the water, and I brought him to thy disciples and they could not cure him. Okay, right, so they couldn't do it, even though Jesus had given them gifts, right, to speak the word, to heal the sick, to do those things. They could not get this man to be healed, right? So He turned around and He said, how long am I going to have to keep on putting up with this? How long are you going to take for you to believe that you can actually do these things, right? And even within myself, sometimes, like if I have moments where I feel like I'm not good enough, He'll pull me up about it and say, well, look, I've given you this So go out there and go and use it. Like me speaking to people about these things, he's given me this so that I can actually come and speak to people about my experience, and so that they can get an understanding. And if they're currently going through the same or similar things, they can start to do the work for themselves, basically. Okay, because I can only take you so far. As you know, there's that saying that says you can lead the horse to the water, but you cannot force it to drink, right? So I can only give you what I've got and my experience of things, right? And where it's gotten me to. But yeah, this is why I say steer clear of angel numbers, okay? Just have to put the video out there, because for me, I know what it took me to and what it took me through in order for me to get to where I am now, okay? And I would never look back. So that's why I always say steer clear of angel numbers, all right? I know that you're probably seeing them, and when you are seeing them, take it to God all times, all right? Like, what are you trying to say to me, Lord? Like, etc., etc. As I said to you, sometimes you speak through dreams, sometimes it will be things in life. Like, he can do anything. He is God, okay? So if you believe in supernatural things, right, you can't believe in angels and the bad things, the demons, the vampires, and all the things that you see on TV, and not believe that there's a God, right? He is the Alpha and the Omega. He is more powerful than anything else that you could ever think of. So supernaturally, you should believe that he is capable of sending you numbers so that he can get a message across to you, okay? And then he gave me a dream, right? Will be the last part. He gave me a dream where he spoke to me and he turned and he said, just remember that not every number is of God, okay? So sometimes these demonic angels, right, as they like to call themselves angels, but they ain't angels, they're minions, they're demons, they're filth, right? We rebuke them in the name of Jesus. They will try to come through to you too, okay, to try and trip you up, to try and confuse you. Because remember, devil's a copycat, right? He's a copycat. So he will try and do what God does. So you've got to be very discerning, okay? You've got to be inquisitive in knowing like what you're looking for, what you're searching up, and what you believe in, okay? Don't just believe everything, okay? Because if you fall for everything, like you can fall for anything, basically, all right? So just be very careful, be mindful, right? And always take it back to God, right? So I hope this helps. Ciao.